Picking up where we left off last time, I bought the house, and then we decided the first thing we were going to do is start to demolish it. So we took the ceiling down, and we took all of the insulation down. So right there you can see that yellow insulation right there. That's some of the old insulation. This is some of the stuff we took down from the ceilings and some random stuff from up on the walls. In the last video I mentioned that big I-beam that the house was brought over on. You can kind of see it right here. Here's the left side of it. There's another one on the other. And then we've got this big pile here. So this is after we started really removing stuff. You can see the big pile of drywall here. So that was from this would be the rooms that were back towards that staircase back there. So this is another shot. You can see right here we had some ventilation going. It was disgusting. We were all in masks when you can see my reflection here in the picture. This is me taking a picture. So this is that wall right here that we took down. And then next down here you can see this is that back entryway. You can see we took this entire wall down right here. We took the drywall off. It's down to the bare studs right now. The electrical's hanging right there. Got our little radio plugged in, jamming to some tunes. Another shot here. You can see this is the old electrical wiring that they ran for the stove. Another shot here. And then this one, I always thought this picture kind of looked like a slaughterhouse. You know, you got the pigs hanging from the from the ceiling. But in this one, this is just more of that insulation fully ripped from the ceiling. So there's a couple shots of that, I believe. And then once we got all that torn down, we started taking that down. Then we got that cleaned. We pummeled this wall down right here. So we completely opened this entire area up. It took so long to take all that stuff out of there. In the end, we ended up using just over 3 20-yard dumpsters for the basement and a little bit of the upstairs. So then down here, we took down some more wall. We're starting to get more of an open basement, which is the idea that we were going for down here. Then got some family members there, tearing down some drywall here. We had the whole family out here helping on this one. I had a lot of people that helped me throughout the period of the 2.5 years it took to do this, especially my dad. We were all wearing masks here because this was gross. It was a not very fun time. But next we've got the dumpster here. So this is one of those 20-yard dumpsters that I was talking about that are just absolutely full of stuff. We packed these down, and this was the first one, and then the next time I believe we ended up getting 2, and they were just side by side. Then we started to try to get some of this old flooring off. It started to kind of peel off. Then we started peeling some of the floor off here, and then the basement is finally pretty open right here. We got that whole wall knocked down. We just need to get this drywall out of there. You can see right here we're getting rid of some of the old tile. This, you can see another big picture. This is probably about 90% of the drywall and everything that was down in that basement. There's still a little bit left, but for the most part, most of it's right there. Starting to kind of get that open idea that we were going for down here. You can see the old equipment here, and then we've got some of the wood still on the walls there. This is a side shot. So that staircase that gray staircase that you'd come down on is over on this side, and then that cellar door is down over here on this side. So then you've got all your walls here. Still got a little bit of insulation left up in there. Got some wires dangling. Still got some work to do. Got some sweeping done here. And then this was a way that we kept all the stuff down in the dumpster. We just threw a bunch of the old doors on top of the dumpster. This is part of my sketchy deck that I had for a while. Got some more pictures here. Started to scrape this up. This was extremely glued to the floor. Like, it did not want to come up at all. It was just shattering into a million pieces. The first few pieces came up pretty good, but we ended up having to go to Ace, and we rented a really heavy duty scraper that ripped all the skin off of both of my thumbs, but it cleaned the floor up. But then right here, we still got a bunch of the tile left. That's obviously later down the road. But then right here, you can see my dad doing the work while I'm taking pictures, which is usually how it goes. We've got just a massive pile of garbage here, you know, we're just waiting for help to take this upstairs, building the pile up in the meantime. Right here, you can see I got a little bit more of the scraping done. This side wasn't glued nearly as well as the other side, so it kind of looks like cheating, kind of looks like I did a lot more than I did. You can see some of these pieces that came off were just huge, and then these are the pieces right here. This is the stuff that's glued on really well. You can see the chunks are tiny compared to those ones. And then the next thing that happened was we got a brand new roof. The roofer that came out there, we called him on a Thursday, and they were out there that Monday to start the roof, and then the roof was done on Thursday. So here's that double dumpster situation I was talking about earlier. So we got the two that are butted up right next to each other. This 20-yarder is about, I'd say probably a third full of all of the old shingles, and then they put new shingles up there, and they redid the whole thing up there. Out of the entire house, the roof and the drywall were some of the big jobs that we hired out to other people. Almost everything else we did ourselves. But here you can see a picture of them starting to get that roof ready. Some more pictures of the old shingles. And then here you can see some of that drywall, that nasty drywall. And then boom, all gone. Cleaned, clean-ish, and swept up a little bit. Starting to get all that junk out of there. Obviously there's still a lot of spot cleaning that needs to be done, but for the most part we got a lot of that stuff down there. It's just a ton of hauling out at this point. We're a few weeks in at this point. We've just been hauling garbage. This was it was kind of fun doing the demolition stuff, because I'd have friends over or I'd have family over and we'd just do stupid stuff. Like we gotta demolish these walls, so you might as well see how many walls you could throw a sledgehammer through. So we were having fun games, just whipping sledgehammers through walls, having a good time. We got it through here a couple times, went through here. This is that pantry way right out in that old kitchen, if you remember from that first video. And then down here you can see that we finally got all of these walls bare. We got the ceiling pretty bare. Now the entire basement is pretty much opened up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 posts right there. Got this big pipe going across all that old plumbing. Went through that one kind of fast. So then here we've got just another shot of that wide open basement. And this is that staircase, that gray staircase. And then this is where that old room was. We got that drywall taken down. And then this is upstairs. So I believe this is where the old thermostat was. It was in a weird spot. But then the walls here, you can see we started to take these down. This is that lath and mortar insulation, which is horrible. This is like ground up paper or a bunch of garbage. It's not fun whatsoever. And then there's these wooden pieces on top of it and then plaster on top of that, and that's what these walls are. So you can have this big garbage can right here, but you can in reality only fill it up like a third of the way because it gets so heavy with that plaster in there. The insulation doesn't weigh anything, but the mortar weighs a ton. And then in addition to that, you have to be wearing a mask because the stuff is disgusting. You can see right here, this is just like a pocket of it, some of it down on the floor. But these entire pockets are full all the way down from the ceiling to the bottom of the first floor where the basement starts. Entire pockets just full of this stuff. There's probably close to a dumpster full of just insulation and lath and mortar. I hate this stuff just thinking about it. I'm so glad my house doesn't look like this anymore. It was hell on earth getting rid of this stuff. But I'll stop right here. This was a good 10-minute talking session about the house. You can see right here we got Jesus. We got the old cabinets out. We're getting ready to really start some more demolishing. We got the entire basement done here. Now we're going to start on that first floor and that second floor. and I will start with that in the next time. If you watched this far, I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.